Hello friends. So now we are going to discuss regarding the cross staff survey. So or simply the cross staff. So here as we discussed in the early classes that if you want to measure a particular line distance, so you can measure, there is no problem at all. Let us take we have two sections. The first section is A and second section is B. So when I want to measure a line by using tape or chain, we can measure, but ultimately in the chain surveying we have discussed that chain surveying involves in the measurement of horizontal distances as well as to calculate the areas where entire area, let us take I have an irregular boundary, so this irregular boundary, making this irregular boundary into smaller divisions, number of smaller divisions or number of triangles. By making it into number of triangles, ultimate goal is to calculate the area of that particular line. Okay, that is okay. But for suppose when I want to calculate the area of a particular ground, so let us take one ground is measured with points A, B, let us take I have C, D, okay, and close. Okay, A, B, C, D I have. So therefore I need to measure the lengths of each and individual, where L, L1, L2, L3. So now in this scenario there is no problem at all. If it is exactly rectangle, there is no need to do all these things. Simply length into width, two sides will give you the value. But wherever there is a need to erect a perpendicular, let us take I am going to subdivide this entire area. Let us assume that L1 is not equal to L2 is not equal to L3 is not equal to L. Okay. So now what I want to do is I am going to divide this entire section into number of triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. This becomes number of triangles. Okay, no problem at all. But let us take this AB is measured then AC, CD and DB. So if I want to subdivide this triangle into two different triangles, in that scenario I have to draw another line. Let us take this is some O. So another line from O to the line AC. Okay, O to the line AC. This is one line which makes 90 degrees angle to the already existing AC survey line. Okay, so to erect this perpendicular, from line AC to the point O, we need instrument and we call that instrument as cross staff. Okay, so not only this equipment, you can also use some other equipments like optical square, prism square, side square. These three have their individual roles to erect a perpendicular from a line, from a baseline or from a simple survey line, straight line. Okay. So, but now most of the cases, all the surveys they use cross staff. So that is why we are going to discuss regarding this cross staff. So now I will tell you the dimensions of the cross staff, how the cross staff would be, and what are the classification in that cross staff. So we have some classification in this cross staff. So we have four different types of cross staff. First type of cross staff is open cross staff. Open cross staff. Open cross staff. Second type of cross staff is French cross staff. French cross staff. Third one is adjustable cross staff, and fourth one is simple cross staff, that is wooden cross staff. Wooden cross staff. I am writing. Okay, better to write like this. Wooden cross staff. Okay. So now see, open cross staff, French cross staff, adjustable and wooden. So now we will go through the open cross staff. So open cross staff, each and individual has their own roles. So when we go to the open cross staff, generally you can erect a perpendicular over here by using an open cross staff. you can erect a perpendicular offset. Okay, so this line is known as offset. Offset is nothing but a line which drawn perpendicular to an already existed line. Okay, so this, let us take this is O and let us take this is C. OC is the perpendicular offset to the line AB. Okay, so now these offsets will be having two different offsets. First one is perpendicular offset as we discussed just now, and second one is oblique offset. Oblique in the sense the angle. If the angle is other than 90 degrees, we call that one as oblique. For suppose this is again the line A, B. Now I am going to erect one offset. So that maybe is in this direction, OC. So I am adding another one, OC dash, and taking another OC double dash. Whatever you take, so this OC offset, OC dash offset, OC double dash offset. So no offset out of these three offsets. No offset is making 90 degrees. They are other than 90 degrees. So such a particular offsets which makes except 90 degrees, any degree, we call that particular offset is oblique offset. Okay. So now here open cross-stuff. By using this open cross-stuff, we can erect only 90 degrees offset to the already existing line. Okay. So now we will see the diagram of this open cross-stuff. So this would be like this. So this is the rough diagram. Okay. So open cross-stuff would be like this. So this would be the shape of open rasa. So which contains slits? So here. So you'll be having another, and you'll be having another. And please remember, in this diagram, it is not exact, but please see, always the angle is between two consecutive veins. The angle between two consecutive veins is 90 degrees to each other. All these angles. Let us take theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, and theta 4. Means all these four different arms are perpendicular to each other. So therefore, theta 1 is equals to theta 2 is equals to theta 3 is equals to theta 4, which is equals to 90 degrees. Okay. So this one is called as open cross staff. So since they are perpendicular to each other, so therefore when you see in the plan, so I am giving the name. So this is first, second, third, fourth. If you see in plan, so this would be look like this. So first and third is in the same line. First, third, and second, fourth. So they are look like. So therefore each and everything we have some slot. So here, here, here. So there are slots. So see, now I will tell you the parts of this particular open cross staff. So open cross staff is having here two parts. So these four are known as legs. And whereas at the bottom you will be having one hollow section to fix it or to mount it over a wooden rod or a steel rod. So now we call this one as head. So head of the open cross staff is used to mount it over a wooden or iron rod to the level of viewer. And whereas it contains four legs and we call them as simply arms. We call them as metal arms. So it contains four metal arms. So now each and individual are having the vanes. So we call them as vanes. V-A-N-E-S, vanes. So now whenever I want to get, for suppose I have a line, so in that A is my station and I have another one, that is B station. I want to erect a perpendicular from this. Okay, at a point of some board. Okay, in that scenario, what we have to do means we need to fix this open cross staff over there such that two opposites, maybe either it may be 1 pin or 4 2 should be lie on the same line. So if you fix such that, so this is your open cross staff. So 2 vanes are in the same line, and so that if you observe point A, this should be visible from first vane, third vane, and A. Then in that case, if you observe from third position, third vane, so from third vane, first vane and B are in the same line. So therefore you can ensure that all these open slots, third open slot and first open slot, simply known as vanes, these two vanes are in the same line. They are in the same line, means they lies on AB line. So now, since as I discussed that all vanes are perpendicular to each other, so therefore remaining one which pass through the O, let us say O is somewhere else here. So remaining two we have towards, that is the second one and fourth. So now, since they are perpendicular to each other, so therefore you can erect the line such that the second vane line and fourth vane should lie in the same line. So this is how to fix a perpendicular by using open cross staff. Okay. So therefore, in this scenario, we have two vanes. So any two vanes, we will be having two different vanes. Two vanes are known as I vanes and two vanes are known as horse vanes. That will be the object vanes. I will tell you. So in this, if an observer means these opens, so these opens, two opens, so these are known as vanes, but they are known as I vanes, through which observer look the point or sight the point, and remaining these two vanes are known as object vanes. These two are known as object vanes. So from here, object vanes. Okay. So through I, then object vane, then finally the position or the point. So these two object vanes contain a small seed, a hair, and we call it one as horse hair. So please let me draw the separator. isolated figure of this particular way. Let us take second one, or let it take third one. Okay, so I am taking third one. So this is the arc. It contains a slit or a vein. So this vein contains a central vertical hair, so which is known as horsehair. Horsehair. So from observer, an observer has to observe from one vein, means from eye vein to the object vein, and finally to the point. So therefore, sight. Let us say this is eye of an observer. So line of sight should be coincide or should pass through the first one, eye vein, and then it should pass through the object vein. In that object vein, line of sight should coincide with the horsehair, and finally that should coincide with the point where we are looking for. The point where we are looking for. So this is what the process. So an observer should see the eye vein to the object vein to the through horsehair, finally the point. So this is how to set out a perpendicular by seeing or by observing, by utilizing this open cross staff. Okay. So this is all regarding the open cross staff. So this should be mounted over any wooden or iron. Okay. So this is how the picture, and this is how it works. So next we will see the second type of cross staff. Second type of cross staff. So that is French cross staff. So French cross staff is really very useful to set out two different angles. Second one is French cross staff. French cross staff. So this is really very excellent cross staff. So by using French cross staff, you can project either 45 degrees or 90 degrees. So simple here. Whereas in French cross staff generally we have the diagram like this. It contains an octagonal So these contain an octagonal hollow section, French cross staff. So this is especially utilized to take offsets, both oblique and perpendicular. So you know perpendicular, that is 90 degrees, but whereas here oblique, where we go for oblique, so oblique is only 45 degrees. Other than 45 degrees we can't take. So, for suppose if you want to erect 90 degrees, as well as there may be a possibility you can also take 45 degrees offset. So this is one offset, this is one offset. So wherever there is a need in a simple chain survey to set out two different offsets. For suppose at 10 meter distance you want to get a perpendicular offset, and at another distance you want to get some incline. And that inclination, when it is equal to only 45 degrees, in such particular conditions, French cross staff is utilized. So French cross staff generally having one hollow section. This is a hollow section which is having in the shape of octagonal. So I am going to complete the figure. This the center, which is again contains some. So it is also mounted over a wooden or iron. Okay, so it contains 6 object veins. So we call them as the rings. Okay. So like this, I am unable to draw over here. Like this, you will be also having so see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 45, 45, 45 right here. 90, 90, 90, 90. So this is how you will be having. So in opposite to this. So let us take this is first one, second one, third one, fourth one. So this one is opposite to this one. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, and finally the 4 dash. Okay. So you can erect 90 degrees if you see from 1 to 1 dash. So you will get 90 degrees opposite to each other. So 1 1 dash, 2 2 dash, 3 3 dash, 4 4 dash. So that you can erect a perpendicular offset. Otherwise, you can also erect one 45 degrees one. 45 degrees means by looking one another. So since there are 8 faces. So 8 faces they are having 45 degrees, 45, 45, 45, 45. Each face contains 45 degrees. So therefore, finally you will get 360 degrees for a complete rotation. Okay. So this is how it works to set out a perpendicular or to set out a 45 degrees from the particular location. For suppose let us say this is my survey line, capital A, B. So I am going to see the plan. Okay. So this is your octagonal. This is not exactly to the scale. So nice. Here. Okay. So now these two are perpendicular to each other. Let us consider. Let us take. Okay. So when you see from one side to another side, you are not supposed to look it like this. You are not supposed to look it like this. So you must have to be located in another way. So let us say this is one. So now so these two are perpendicular to each other. So therefore, whenever you want to erect a line, erect a perpendicular, so you can erect perpendicular, but whenever you want to take 45 degrees, so by observing from the seat over here, so see, always keep A, B line should be on the apex positions. So now by observing over here, if you take the offset, automatically you will get a 45 degrees angle over here. I am unable to explain detailedly because if you go through the site, if you go onto the site, so automatically when we deal with this equipment, I can explain there over really very good. So this is how it is really very important to take both 90 degrees and 45 degrees angle. Okay. So next we will see the next type of cross staff, that is adjustable cross staff. But before going to talk about adjustable, better to talk regarding wooden cross staff. The third one, wooden. This is the simplest form, wooden cross staff. This is the simplest form of cross staff. So see here, this would be in the form of rectangle. Rectangular wooden with which contains slits perpendicular to each other. So like this. So it contains rectangular, it's a square. I'm extremely sorry. This is not rectangle, this is square. So which contains the slit lines. at the central it contains slits like this, and over here also at central, so this should be mounted over a wooden piston. It should be mounted over a wooden rod. So this slot could not be continued, so this should be up to here only, and this should be up to here only. Okay. So now what we have to do means first side, second side, third side and fourth side. So by keeping first, third or fourth two on a straight continuous line, you can observe or you can take a 90 degrees perpendicular. You can take 90 degrees perpendicular. Means this is my line. So by keeping like this, square one, so which contains slits. Okay. So wherever you want to take, so there mount your cross staff, and then first ensure that A, B and central of your cross staff should be in the same line. So by using this particular slit, let us take this slit is some phase 4 and 2. Okay. So now the remaining slit is perpendicular to 4 and 2. So therefore on this line, on the line of slit 1, 3, you can erect a perpendicular wherever you want. So this is how to erect a perpendicular by using wooden cross staff. So this is really very simple one. So next we will go to the adjustable cross staff. So where in case of adjustable cross staff, I'm writing series, cross staff, adjustable cross staff. So now the question is, you know how to erect the perpendiculars 90 degrees, and then you know how to give the oblique offset, but how to draw any angular object. What is the question? What about the remaining 90 degrees? Okay. To the line 90 degrees. Okay. Oblique 45 degrees. Okay. That's okay. 45 degrees. And that's okay. 90 degrees. But what about the remaining angles? So I want to get somewhere else here, which is not equal to 45 and not equal to 90 degrees. So to fulfill this option, even if you want to take it 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 degree, at any degree, you can take the offset from a perpendicular fixed line by using adjustable cross staff. So generally, adjustable cross staff contains a cylindrical shape. So this is a cylindrical shaped adjustable cross staff which contains 2 cylinders. One cylinder at the top, and one cylinder at the bottom. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. So this is the joint through which these 2 cylinders can rotate. Let us take, this is my chalk piece. So this is a single cylinder. So now I am splitting this chalk piece into 2 forms. So now fixing one over other, so that I can rotate even in opposite direction, even in the same direction, top part and bottom part. So they are arranged like this. So therefore now the question is, why we have 2 cylinders over here? So this is the section which separate the top cylinder and bottom cylinder. So here in this case, we will be having the 2 slits, 2 observing slits. So we call them as eye veins, and I have another slit at the back side or at the rear side. So this is object twin, and at the bottom you will be having an arrangement, an open arrangement, glass. So you will be having some open glass to read degrees. So this is what the shape. So now let me draw the plan of this particular one. So how to fix and how to measure is the question. So generally the bottom cylinder contains, when I Take, when I cut the section at somewhere else here, when I cut it and see from the top, so this contains a gradual ring. Inside it contains a gradual ring. So initially it has 0 degrees, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4, 5, 6, coming to the finally 360 degrees. 360, 259, 259 and 359 degrees and finally 360 degrees. So at top you don't have any arrangement, simple you will be having the rings. So first what I have to do means, first essentially we must have to do that you need to coincide this object plane. You need to coincide this object plane with 0 degrees. First suppose I am going to draw a line here. So this is a AB survey line, capital A, B survey line. So in this, I want to keep an oblique offset of maybe, let us take this is some 32 degrees. 32 degrees. It's not drawn already, but I want to take it 32 degrees. So in that scenario, what you have to do means, at this point, first centering is very very important. Means at this particular position, we need to mount this adjustable cross staff, such that AB line should coincide with your 0 degree or 360 degrees on your adjustable cross staff. So now I am going to mount here, such that, so this line, this AB main line is coinciding with 0 degrees or 360 degrees. Okay. So now I have a movable ring or movable cylinder at the top. So therefore now what you have to do means, you need to ensure that this object way should also coincide or should also meet with the line AB in the sense, so this is the line, so now I am going to write, so here I have an object plane, so now object plane should be coincide with A center and B, so such that when you observe the reading from this glass, open glass, so you should read 0 degree. So I have an open glass somewhere else here. When the object plane is here, top cylinder, so you may be having the glass over here, glass is placed here. So now from this observe the reading, so therefore you got 0 degrees, means which is equivalent to 360, one complete rotation. So now try to move it. So try to rotate in this direction, in clockwise. So try to rotate. So therefore from the glass, when you rotate in clockwise direction, this glass also move in clockwise direction. So therefore when you identify 32 degrees in this glass, simply stop and erect a line in that direction such that this line should coincide with the object plane now. Why? Because object plane making 32 degrees. It shows 32 degrees. So therefore it shows 32. So object plane line is making 32 degrees with your line AB, main survey line. So now project a line with the sight or line of sight which will give you an offset, oblique offset at 32 degrees. Likewise at any angle, by rotating it at any angle you can project an offset over the AB line. So that is why we call this particular type of cross staff as adjustable cross staff. So this is how, by using these cross staffs, we can give or we can project a perpendicular offset, a 45 degrees offset, in the sense oblique offset at any degree by using this adjustable one. So not only this, in addition to these, we have some other equipments. They are optical square, prism square and side square. There are also some different type of equipments, 3 different type of equipments which are again useful to erect a perpendicular, are useful to, these 3 also useful to set out a oblique. offset. They are also useful to set out an offset. Right? So next we see some minor instruments that what we use in chain surveying. Okay? So these are all the major equipments that are completed. Then we move into the minor instruments. So we have minor instruments. Minor instruments. So I'm going to write the minor instruments: mallet, pantograph, hand level, clinometer, sextant. So these are the minor equipments, instruments. Not only these, but also we have some other different. So line ranger, okay. So these are simple instruments. Generally, they are useful in rough surveys. Roughly, we use these instruments. So first, mallet. Mallet is nothing but one wooden hammer, especially which is used to mount pegs and arrows into the ground. That is this one. And next we have pantograph. So to mount a hammer, wooden hammer, used to mount pegs. Wooden pegs or iron pegs into the ground. Okay. Second one is pantograph. So this is an equipment which is used to reduce or to increase the map or plan. In most of the cases we use for the maps. To reduce the scale or to increase the scale, we use this particular pantograph. For suppose you have drawn already, you have drawn a figure with a head size of like this. So if you want to reduce it to a scale, so by using pantograph you can reduce this. Okay, you can reduce the size. Means you can adjust. You can adjust the scale by using this pantograph on the maps. So next one is hand levels. So hand level is something that which give the details or which identify the gradients on or contouring, as well as it represents small cross sections. So contouring I will tell you in the coming classes what is what and so it represents the small cross sections. How it represents small cross sections I will discuss in that. So next clinometer. So whereas clinometer is useful to give gradients. Grade means slopes. Useful to see the slopes and to measure slopes on ground. Then sextants. So sextants are especially useful to measure the horizontal angles. And one more best advantage of this sextant is to observe two different objects at a time. So in a single time you can observe two different objects. For example, for suppose if you fix the sextant somewhere else here, at a time from a single observation you can see two different objects. Maybe object 1 and object 2. So O1 and O2, object 1 and object 2 can be observed in a single attempt by using sextant. So next, line ranger. Line ranger is also one equipment which is useful for the purpose of ranging a line. Okay, I will tell you what is ranging. I have told you already what is ranging. Ranging is establishing the intermediate positions over the ground. Okay. So these are all the minor equipments generally we use in the chain surveying.